Hello everybody, and welcome to a little behind the scenes video. As you can probably tell from the video title, this time around I'm going to show you guys how we make cassette tapes here at the record label. For those of you who have checked out our website and gone to our shop or even bought some tapes, you know we produce a cassette tape of every single release that we put out. Even if it's some weird niche obscure thing that we're only expecting to sell a couple of tapes, we'll put it out. And the reason that we can do that is because we actually produce all of our cassette tapes in-house. So we're not putting out a big order from some cassette duplicating company, of which there are many, and expecting them to just ship us a box of like 50 or 100 tapes. Because one of the downsides of doing that is that if it doesn't sell, you get stuck with a ton of tapes. And if you're like us and you have, I don't even know, we must have like 30 different tapes out now or something, maybe more, I don't know. That would be a lot of tapes, a lot of inventory, and we don't sell a super high volume of tapes. Some individual tapes sell a lot, some barely sell any at all. I never wanted to be one of those labels that could only put out music if it made sense financially and if we were going to get a return and have this huge overhead cost. So the way that I get around that is I have a full setup here for producing cassette tapes. We print all of the artwork ourselves, we do all the J-cards, all the stickers, we duplicate all the cassettes here, we actually live record all the cassettes, so we don't actually do duplication, we do higher fidelity recording than that. And I'll show you guys some of the tapes. So these are some cassettes that we've put out. We got some dated, we got some Net Cult, and these are entirely made here. All you need to make cassettes really is a cassette recorder, something that can play audio out, an aux cable to go into that recorder, some cassettes. You can buy the paper already dotted line foldable and like stickers that peel off for like cassette stickers and J-cards. You can buy blank cassettes, and you just need to have a printer that you can print with that isn't gonna crap out on you after you print a ton of these, as many of our printers have. Inside of these, we got the cassette, little side A, side B sticker going on there. We use black cassettes because they're pretty universal. And inside we have a little download card that each of these come with. I'll block out the code so whoever gets this tape in the future doesn't have a dead code. And yeah, it's just black back, little J card in there. That's all it is. So I'm going to take you guys through the process of actually making a batch of cassettes. So the first thing that we need to make some cassettes are, you guessed it, cassettes. And I've got some here. We're gonna be doing a batch of 3 at once, so I pulled out some cassettes. They're just blank, black cassettes, nothing too fancy. I buy these in packs of 100 from, I use a website called duplication.ca. They're really convenient. I'm located right near Toronto in Canada, and they're in Toronto, so it's very fast shipping. And they sell blank cassettes, they sell jewel cases, they'll sell all kinds of different like designs and types of cassette tapes. They'll sell all the different paper that you can print on for J-cards and stickers. They'll sell boxes, they'll sell like bags that you can put the cassettes in. They sell everything, so they're a really great supplier, and you can either get them to duplicate stuff for you, or if you want to save a lot of money by using a bit of your time, you can just make them yourself using supplies that they sell. So we've also got here some jewel cases. So that's just a basic little thing here. If I had to say our cost on these, I would say we're probably in the range of like, I don't know, $2 to $3 for one of these. These are real cheap. These are like 50 cents a piece or something like that, maybe not even that much. So I tend to buy batches of 100 of each of these, and then when they run out, I just place another order. So now that we've got our tapes ready, we're ready to move over to my recording area where we can start recording these cassettes. All right, so we are over here now at the recording area. We've got, you can see right over here, a bunch of cassette recorders. These are nothing too fancy, really. These are just ones that I bought on eBay. These are a Technics RS-B12, and one of these is an RS-B18. They're basically the same thing. And yeah, these are just regular home cassette recording, playing machines. Don't do what I did, which was buy like 12 different ones of these and through trial and error, finding which ones actually work well, these work well. I have thrown out so many of these because I've bought them, I've tried duplicating some cassettes with them, and they just didn't sound great, and so I had to just keep buying more of this one. But yeah, the cost on these, not too crazy. I think I probably paid, I don't know, 80 bucks each Canadian for these, which is actually kind of high even for these, but I specifically wanted this model, so I was willing to pay more for these. And then next to them here, you can see we've got a little, this is a headphone splitter. You can pick these up on Amazon for like, I think this one was 30 bucks or something like that. Basically, you just plug a bunch of audio cables into this, or rather you put one audio in signal into this, and then it gives you 3 extra audio out signals where you can just duplicate your audio signal. So the way that this is set up is we've got a laptop over here, and it's got my thumb drive with all of the recording files in it, and an audio cable that runs out of this laptop into that headphone splitter, and then all the headphone splitter is doing is just duplicating that audio signal into each of these cassette players. So the first thing we do, pop all of these open, grab our cassettes, pop them inside, and there we are. They all got cassettes in them now. Pop them all shut, and now all I've got to do is go over to the laptop here. There, so now I've got Netcult's Digital Graveyard just loaded up in VLC. So all I've got to do now is come over here, and I'll just hit record, record, record on all of these, and then I will just hit play on the laptop, and just like that, these are now recording that album. And it's just going to play through the audio on there. These are going to just record until it's done, and then I just rewind them, pop those tapes out, and they're ready to go. And just as a note, one of the benefits of doing things this way is when you do this kind of live recording where it's just audio going in and you're just recording the whole thing in real time, that is a much, much, much higher fidelity recording than using like a cassette duplication machine, unless you have like the highest end one, but even then there is a loss in quality. And if you get your material duplicated by a duplication company, the cost difference between getting something recorded like this and getting something duplicated on their duplicators is huge. And so by doing this ourselves, we can save you a lot of money. You'll notice our cassettes are like 10 bucks each on our eShop, and that's actually after we rose the price from the old price of $8 because shipping went up. And if you check other websites that are selling cassette tapes from like small independent labels, you're very rarely going to find something that cheap, and that's because they're often not duplicating their own cassettes. They're often contracting companies like duplication.ca that I use. By the way, we're not sponsored by them or anything, that's just who we happen to use, and they're just paying them for these big bulk orders, so they gotta price it up higher if they want those higher quality tapes. So now the tapes are recorded. It took about 20 minutes to do that because it's a 20-minute long tape. That's why we do 3 at once. It's just better to be able to do more of those simultaneously. If we ever got to a point where people were ordering so many tapes that we needed to produce them even faster, I would just buy more cassette players. And I would just add to the stack, I would get more headphone splitters, and we can pretty much infinitely expand that setup. Our only limitation is how fast I can go hit record on everything and have a reasonable gap at the start of the tape before the audio comes in. So at a certain point we might need a second laptop or something. But very expandable. So 20 minutes to make a tape, or in some cases an hour to make a tape for the longer, like two-sided ones like the Weather Channel 2. That might not seem like a good turnaround considering really we only make a couple of bucks off each of these tapes, and if it's by an artist that's released on the label other than myself, we're splitting that profit with them, so they're getting half of that profit, we're getting half the profit, so there's even less to be made for us. That said though, when you're doing multiple of them at once, you can kind of just do something else anyway, so it's not like it takes 20 minutes or an hour of work. The actual time it takes to make a cassette tape is like maybe a few minutes in terms of actual manual work that has to be done. And when we're doing these 3 at a time, if I get an order for 1 tape, I throw 2 to the side, so if we get the next order, I don't have to do any work. So overall, it works out to a pretty reasonable sort of like work to income ratio. And there's a lot of room to optimize it as well as our order volume gets higher as the label grows in the future. So I'm going to bring you guys down here to a different view so you can see the next step where we actually apply the stickers and get the J cards ready, the download codes, all those sort of finishing touches that make it more than just a blank tape and look like a real product. Alright, so we've got our cassette tapes ready to go now. They've finished duplicating, or recording rather. So we're ready to start moving on to putting the stickers and all that on here. Just another note, something I didn't mention is if you buy blank cassette tapes, oftentimes they'll have the tabs filled in up here, but sometimes you'll get blank tapes that have their tab out, so they don't have this little stopper in here. It'll be like an indentation. And for those, you can actually get these, which are like little tab plugs that you just pop into those, which allows you to record over the cassette. And you can also like put tape or something, but it's a huge pain. So if you do buy some blank cassettes and they happen to not have these little tabs filled in, you can usually just order a pack of these for like $1 or $2 from any supplier that you're getting your tapes from. So the first thing we need are the stickers. I keep everything in a folder like this. I'll batch print all my J cards, all my stickers, things like that, and then I'll just keep it in a folder so that I'm always ready to go when I do some new cassettes. And this right here is a set of stickers for the front of the cassette. This is actually a special sticker paper that you just order from, I get it from duplication.ca, but you can get it from wherever you're getting your tape supplies. And these are pre-cut stickers. They'll give you a template that you can download from their website so that you can align your artwork with where the lines are on here. But as you can see, these are stickers that peel off that are ready to go. So I just have one template, I just drop all the artwork for every cassette into that template and just print out a batch of these and then I'm ready to go. So I'll get my first cassette, make sure I'm on side A here. And I find the easiest way to do this is to line the middle of the sticker up with the middle of the cassette and just kind of eyeball it, touch that bit down first, and then just smooth the rest out. These are really sticky stickers. When I started this out, I was trying to go from one side to the other, and it was a nightmare because it would not line up, and I'd have to try to peel it off, which is like impossible with these things. But if you start with the middle bit and then lay it down, it's super, super easy, really easy to get it lined up with the reels and everything. And yeah, it saves a lot of headaches. Then I'll grab the side B here, do the same thing, just touching the middle down, and when it's lined up, just sticking it all down. So now we've got our cassette tape with the sticker on it here. So the next thing we need to do is get our jewel case ready. So I've got some jewel cases here ready to go, and I'll pull one of these out. They print on these big 4 sheets here, and I don't know, well, this is printed on both sides because I messed one of the sides up. But it's got these perforations that you almost certainly can't see on the camera, but they basically just allow us to bend it there and then easily tear all these edges off, so we're just left with the neat square. And it's also got some lighter perforations where it's going to fold to make that J card, and you'll see that while I'm getting this ready here. So for this, we're just gonna fold it along these lines here that it's already got in there. I fold it forward and then backward just to make sure it's not gonna rip on me, and then it just comes right off really easily. And we're just going to do that for all of the edges. And once you make as many of these as I have, it starts to go very, very quick to peel all of these edges off, and then one last tear to get them apart. And now we've got these 2 separate things here. And it's also got a little perforation for where we can fold along here. So just giving it a light fold, it automatically knows where to fold it. And similarly here, now we've got a little J-card thing ready to go. And because I messed up, this actually looks even cooler because it's got the art inside as well. So if you damage the outside, you can reverse it. So we're going to take our jewel case here and just stuff it inside like that. The next thing we need is a download code. So just so I don't show you guys all our download codes, I've gone ahead and cut one out. You can see what the paper looks like there. And in case you're wondering, this is a legit download code. So the first person to see this, go over to that bandcamp.com/yum. bandcamp.com/yum, and you redeem that code and you'll get the Digital Graveyard album by Netcult for free. And don't worry, I'll switch this out for another one for the actual cassette so someone doesn't get burnt when they order one. But I print these out in big sheets. I use Bandcamp to make the download codes. It's really easy on there if you upload your album, even for the ones that we don't release, like for other artists that we just don't do Bandcamp for anyone other than just like my personal stuff because it's royalty splits, yada yada. But even then I upload them as a private album and then I can just generate download codes for very cheap. I think I pay like, I don't know, $1 or a couple of dollars to do like 100 codes or something like that, which I do for every release. And then if we sell 100 tapes, I'll just do another 100 codes. I could print out these sheets that they automatically generate when you buy those codes, and you can just print them out of your printer and cut them out. And then all we do, stick it in the case, take our tape, pop it into the case, and there you have it. That is a finished cassette tape that is ready for somebody to buy. It's got all the stuff in there that we ship our cassettes with. And there are some other steps that go into us shipping orders. We have stickers that we print in-house, and I cut them all out by hand. And we include those with any tapes that people buy. We also have fancy black bubble mailers that we have these big ill-advised record stickers that we cut out and we put on there to make them look fancy. Some tapes come with zines. There's all sorts of different things that come with different types of tapes, but this is the standard way that we produce a cassette tape. And I'm gonna just add the stickers to the other three, and that way if someone had ordered this one would be ready to go out, and then we've got 2 more loaded and ready to go for when somebody else orders these Netcult tapes. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you found that interesting. I hope you learned something about making cassettes. And if you're a musician yourself, I hope this has shown that you don't need to be a record label or anything like that to sell tapes, to make tapes. This is all easy stuff. I bought my cassette recorders on eBay. You only need one of those if you're an independent artist. This stuff is not insanely expensive to buy. I think for a full order to do like 100 cassettes, you might pay $100 up front for all of your supplies, or maybe to do like 50 cassettes, it's probably like $100 for like the paper and stuff like that. And especially the paper, it's dirt cheap. Once you've got all those like sticker papers and stuff, you're set for a long time. So very easy to just start producing your own cassettes yourself. And you don't even need to be this legit. You can go to Value Village or any like thrift store and you can buy a cassette recorder there. You can buy used cassette tapes there and just re-record over them. They don't need to be blank cassettes. If you've got any kind of sticker paper, you could even cut the stickers for the tapes out yourself. J-cards are just square pieces of paper. You can just measure that and cut it out yourself. You could hand draw your stuff if you want to. There's such a low barrier to entry for producing cassette tapes. And honestly, the biggest issue with selling them is shipping. If you're an independent artist, sometimes it can be hard to sell tapes just because the shipping is going to be so much, sometimes as much as the tape itself or more for people to just order one tape, which is why it's good to sign to a label that does cassette tapes like we do so that people can buy a whole bunch of different tapes from different artists at one shipping cost. So that'll do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like. If you guys want to see other behind the scenes videos, if you want to see maybe how we package our orders, maybe how we submit stuff to distributors, make mixes, do the stickers, whatever it is, if you want to see our office, just let me know and I can show you guys more behind the scenes stuff. Whatever you guys want to see, I'll make a video about. If you like this kind of content, be sure to subscribe. Again, if you like this video, give it a like. It really helps us in the YouTube algorithm. And if you don't want to miss any of our videos, be sure to hit that notification bell. Because unfortunately, if you don't watch even just a couple of our videos, sometimes YouTube will just stop showing them to you at all. So be sure to hit that notification bell if you don't want to miss our videos. So I hope you guys have a good one, and I will see you in the next video.